All right. Kia ora koto. Thank you so much for joining today's lunch session. My name is Taka, the conference project manager for this event. It's great to be here with you. Today, we'll give you a deeper look at the PMI in New Zealand conference and awards happening on 26 to 27 May 2026. So this is a drop-in session. So feel free to stay for the part that interests you most. In the session, please unmute of your microphone. And if you have any questions, please pop them into the chat. We'll also have time for Q&A at the end. Let's get started. So please, next slide, please. Okay, so this is today's speaker's name, and Carol, Suka, and also Olga and me, myself. And next slide, please. Yeah, great, thanks. So here's today's agenda. So 12:10, welcome and overview with Carol, and 12:15, program highlights with Silka, and 12:30, awards overview with Olga, and 12:40 Q&A. So times may shift slightly as we go. Before we continue, let's take a quick look at highlight from our 2025 event. Please start video. Yeah, thank you so much. And please move to the next slide. Sorry. Yeah, great. So event overview. This event is the New Zealand Project Management Conference and Awards, and it will take place on 26 to 27 May 2026 at the Grand Millennium Auckland. Move the next slide, please. And the agenda. So day one, Tuesday, 26 May. So day one starts with Mihi Pakato and also official welcome, and followed by an international keynote and breakout sessions. And we'll also hold the AGM at the lunchtime, and it's in the evening we'll celebrate at the award dinners. And the day two continue with more keynote speakers and breakout sessions. Next slide, please. Yeah, this is our sponsors. We are very grateful to our sponsors. Platinum sponsor, Nonsuch. Award sponsor, Pontera, Deloitte, Millpond, Liba, and Nonsuch. And exhibitors, Tuihono, UC Online, Millpond, Nonsuch, Skills Development Group, and coffee sponsor, Deloitte, and the lunch sponsor, Limcas. Thank you to all of our sponsor for their support. We look forward to seeing everyone at the event. And the next slide, Now, I'd like to hand over to Carol, President of PMINZ, to share more about this year's conference, and welcome.
Thanks, Taka. Tēnā koutou katoa, everyone. Yes, so we're really looking forward to conference this year. We had a fabulous year last year. We had record numbers of attendees. We had people saying they would come back. So we're expecting big numbers this year. We decided to hold it in Auckland again, mainly because, like the rest of the country, the majority of our members are in Auckland area. We do have folks travelling from other parts of the country, so we welcome those, of course. Our membership is growing, unlike other organisations and perhaps some of the other groups that you're in. We're very lucky and we're very grateful that our membership is increasing. So showing on the screen there, 2,300, but we're over that now. So each month we've got new members. Worldwide, PMI movement is huge. So started off 1969 in New Zealand. Here we got chartered in 1994, I think. So we've been around over 30 years here. 1.87 million certification holders. So people like PMP, CAPN certifications that they must keep up to date over the years. So we do have a lot of people involved in our community. We're very excited about project management, as you can imagine. And we're in all sorts of industries, which is great. So we cover everything: healthcare, education, all sorts, construction, all sorts of projects. So you name it, we're there basically. We have a wonderful board of folks that are really dedicated to improving knowledge, skills, development opportunities for project managers in New Zealand. This is our flagship event, of course, our conference and awards. And of course, we desperately want to celebrate all those hidden gems of projects that people don't necessarily hear about. And Olga's going to tell us about those, because we definitely want to celebrate good stuff. I think in New Zealand, we're a bit of a, tall poppy syndrome. You might have heard of that, where we don't necessarily celebrate great success. So we definitely want to get ourselves over that and have a wonderful conference and awards ceremony in May. I'm going to hand over now. So if you want to move the slide on. Conference theme, as you can see here, we've tried to incorporate all sorts of things. AI, of course. You can't go to a conference or any sort of meeting these days without people talking about AI. But how does it affect project managers? So we are not immune. There's lots of work that we can use AI for. So we're, constantly exploring that. We also think it's about, empowering people. So we definitely want to have the people aspect coming through as our conference theme as well. So it's all about fusion, so bringing things together. Thanks, Pradeep. Next slide. So of course we've got many categories on the go. As I talked about, convergence, empowering people, shaping projects. PMI America, of course, do a lot of research. They have a research arm. They put out a lot of thought papers. They've just recently published a thing called the PMBOK, Project Management Body of Knowledge version 8. So all of that coming together. How does that impact us here in New Zealand? How do we shape our projects so that we're using the latest tech, using the latest skills? So that's kind of what the conference is about, coming together. Thanks, Pradeep. Next one. I'm going to hand over to Silka. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to hand over to Silka. Thank you. Yeah, Silka is our fabulous, hard-working program manager. So she's put a lot of stuff together. So she has been searching the world, basically, for fantastic speakers. So I'm going to hand over to Silka. Thanks, Silka.
Yeah, if you go one back, this was kind of like our interpretation of the three themes. So obviously AI convergence. So we have several speakers about AI, how to use it, maybe new methods. Empowering people, for me, that's actually very important, because me as a project manager, 80% of the work is speaking with people, working with people. So all the soft skills, that's what we're covering under that. And shaping projects, we try to find a lot of lessons learned topics. So speakers who are speaking about their projects, and we can learn something, what they did wrong, what they did right. So we can, exchange how they did the projects, shaping projects in a new way. Okay, next slide. So what was important to us why we did the selection? So obviously it has to be relevant for project management, and it's not only about how to do a risk register or how to do a business case. It's a little bit more everything kind of what is on the side as well, because we are diving into not 100% project management related topics, like for example insurances or legal or resource consent. So all this other stuff is project management related as well, and we try to find speakers who can cover like a wide spread of it. Diversity was really important as well. We wanted to have new speakers, so we don't have every year only the same people, and they have to be from different industries. The thing is, for example, I'm from an engineering background, so I'm like, okay, sometimes I have to step out of it and say, okay, what other industries are out there as well? So we have IT, we have other industries, to just give us a really good overview. What are other people doing? Can we maybe implement something into our work today? Or maybe I want to change and want to move into a different industry and just see how other project managers do it. Yes, and speakers with experience. Sometimes we get applications where, you know, they say, oh yeah, I read a paper about it, but we don't want them as people. We want to have people with experience who can really tell us, hey, that's how I've been doing this the last 10 years. This worked and this didn't work. So experience was really, really important for us. Next one. So the program, we have currently 3 keynote speakers. We have 19 speakers, 2 panels, and we have round tables. I will go into this in the next couple slides. So the 3 keynote speakers, I talked, I would say, to 9 or 10 keynote speakers. So that was very busy talking with a lot of different people. And with this 3, I got really, really excited about what they can bring to the table and how they fit together. So, for example, Paul Spoonley, maybe you've seen him. He's all the time. He's always popping up on my Facebook feed, and he's in the media and on TV a lot. So he is a professor at the Massey University, and he's into people, so demography and social change. Yeah. It was way too short, our conversation. I would have loved to sit there for 2-3 hours to talk to him. So we will talk about, or he will talk about how demography will change. So how will New Zealand look like in the next, let's say, 10, 20, 50 years? Why is this relevant to us as project managers? Because we will, like I said, 80% is talking with our team or working with other people. And it is important what type of people are going to be working in and around New Zealand. Will the cultures change? Maybe the age will shift. So I'm really excited what he will say, in which direction New Zealand will go. Then we have Dr. Sean Brady. He's from Brisbane. And he's coming more from a technical perspective. So he will talk about lessons from the crash of an airplane. And so this was investigated. There was this crash of this airplane, this plane, and they found out what organizational problems have happened in the organization. So every fail in a project can actually be tracked back to something what didn't go right in an organization. That's what he's going to do with his presentation. He's giving us this example, and I think a lot starts with how systems are set up, how people work together, and I think that's going to show us from a very clear example how we can actually improve our everyday work to reduce issues at the end. Yeah, and then we have Lisa O'Neill. She is a very fun, bubbly person. I really love talking to her, and she will talk about project power. It's about how you make as a project manager a good experience in your team. So it's about your energy. And you can come into the office every day and have like a frown, and then maybe it doesn't really work as well with the people. But if you have a better energy, if you show that you have experience, that you are confident, that brings a very different vibe to the project. So she's going to talk a lot about empowering yourself and empowering the team, how the team can perform better just by bringing in a different energy. Next one. So these are a couple of our speakers. I only picked 4. Only after I finished the pages, I saw like this is 2 men, and on the next one are 2 women. So this is not intentional. So okay, the first one is Mark from Gallagher. So he will talk about insurances, major projects, contractual risk management, and project risk transfer. And for example, I have to do a lot of contract management. I have to set up tenders and sign contracts. And it's always I want to understand more about the insurance part, because we are transferring risks with an insurance to a different set. So I'm really excited to listen to him, to just see what does he think about it. And he's not going to do a marketing situation that he's going, oh, Gallagher is the best, because he's coming from a civil perspective. He's coming from he has been around. He knows what can go wrong, because engineers come back to him and say, hey, this went wrong. What do we do with the insurance now? And it's going to be really interesting to just see what happens if it goes wrong, or what is he recommending. Then I'm really excited about Kent. He's from Christchurch City Council, and I think you have heard it all. We have a new stadium in Christchurch, and he's going to talk about Te Kaha, what value it brings to the city, because I mean, we're not just building a wall, right? We are actually building something bigger. We are building a community with our projects in this case. So he's going to talk about the project itself, what went right, what went wrong, and what actually he added as value to the city. Next one. Yeah, then I have Donna. So, and she's talking about neurodiversity and connection. So again, this is the people skill, like how can we connect? How can we work together? More from like the brain waves, which doesn't sound right, but she can probably explain it a little bit better. But how can we connect better? Because everybody is different. Everybody has a different way of thinking. And she's going to talk about how can we connect better? Because if our team doesn't work, the project doesn't work. And then we have Vicky, building PMO maturity, what really works and what doesn't work. And I'm really interested in that one, because I have PMO just on the side, but I want to learn so much more about PMO, because this is pretty much what shapes our processes and help us work better. The thing is, like, if you have a PMO, then everything works fine and you don't really notice them. If you don't have a PMO, you figure out like, oh, this doesn't work. We need someone good to help us actually do the processes. And I'm really excited to listen to her presentation. Next one. Yeah, then we have 2 panels. One panel is Context is King, what project management looks like in different organizations. That was so I worked in different organizations, and I had the feeling in every industry, in every organization, project management is done a little bit different. You need different skills in every organization. So we have someone from the council, we have a consultancy, we have a manufacturer, and we have an insurance company, and we are going to talk about what is actually important as a project manager. What skill do we actually need? And it has several. So what does the audience get out of it? And so some people think, okay, maybe I want to move into a different industry. Do I have all the right skills to actually move into a different industry? Or I'm working with this other industry. why do I not understand this project manager? And suddenly when we talk about this, okay, they have other skills, they have other experience, they have a different work culture. And this is kind of like the nuggets we want to get out of this panel. The next one is panel 2. No, gone. No, okay. So panel 2 is about risk evaluation. And yeah, we have currently we have 4 spots. I filled already 2 we still need to fill. And we will talk about how different organizations evaluate risk, because when I worked in different organizations or even different departments, I had the feeling that a risk which is very high priority in this department, I would go into a different department, they just say, oh, it's a minor risk. And sometimes it's not really standardized how we evaluate risk. And I just want to get a better understanding how different organizations work with risk, what evaluation system do they have, what problems occur out of that. So yeah, we will have a panel just discussing how to evaluate risk and maybe how to standardize it a little bit better within the organization. I think that's me.
Thanks, Silka. And the next one is Olga will share more about the awards and also like how to submit nomination. These things. Olga, over to you.
Thanks, Taka, and good afternoon, everyone. A quick question: how many of you have looked at an awards submission forms and thought, I will do it later, and just never got it done? Please raise your hand. I want to see your hands, or you can put your thumbs up. How many of you? Yeah, me too. That's exactly why we fixed in this year. So for those I haven't met yet, I'm Olga, board director at PMI New Zealand, your awards convener and the awards sponsor, which means I'm accountable for making sure this whole thing succeeds. So I have a lot of skin in the game here. And I'm here today with one message: get your nominations in for the 2026 PMI New Zealand Awards. Now, I know that what some of you are thinking, award season, busy quarter, full plate, I get it. So this year we reviewed, improved, and simplified the whole process. It's more structured and it's clearer, and it's been designed to make things as straightforward as possible for you. I'll walk through everything today, so by the time you leave this webinar, you know exactly what to do. So let's start with who should enter. We have 6 categories this year, covering the full range of what we do as a profession. So we do have Construction Project of the Year, Public Sector of the Year, Technology Project, Sustainability and Project Management, PMO of the Year, and Project Professional of the Year. And I want to be really clear about something. This isn't only for large or complex projects, it's about impact. If something went well, a project landed, a team came together, something genuinely changed for the better, there is a place for that here. Don't rule yourself out before you even started. Next slide, please. And now here is something that makes this year's awards feel different, and I think it's very important. Our evaluation framework has been unified and aligned with PMI's core values. And these aren't just words on a slide, they are the lens through which we've shaped everything, the categories, the judging process, and what we are celebrating. So the first one, make it easy. We want entries that show how complexity was simplified and barriers were removed. Aim higher. We are looking for work that pushed boundaries and pursued excellence. Be welcoming. inclusive practices, diverse perspectives, making space for everyone. Embrace curiosity, a learning mindset, trying new approaches, not being afraid to experiment. And together we can. Collaboration, bringing people with you and achieving more as a team than you ever could do alone. So when you are thinking about your entry, think about which of these values your project lived. Because I think that the truth is that most great projects touch more than one lens and more one of these values. Let's go to another slide. So how does judging actually work? So every entry, regardless of category, is assessed against the same 4 pillars. This is what makes it fair, consistent, and transparent across the board. The first one is delivery excellence. Just ask the question, did you deliver what you promised? And answer the question. Innovation and practice. Did you find a better way of doing something? People and stakeholders. How did you treat your team and your community? And finally, impact and legacy. What changed because of you? So our judges are experienced practitioners, actually your peers, people who understand what real delivery looks like when stakeholders shift, when budgets move, when plans need to change. They are not looking for a perfect project. They are looking for an honest, clear story told through these 4 pillars. So if you frame your entry that way, you are already in a strong position. Next slide, please. Okay, and the submission itself. Just only 3 steps. Step 1, go to pmi.org.nz/awards and click Submit an Entry. And it takes you straight into Judgify, our platform for submissions, marking, and moderation, all steps in one place. Just follow the instructions provided from there. Step 2, tell us what happened. Share your story. What did you set out to do and what did you actually achieve? Plain language is completely fine. You don't need to overthink it. Next step, prove it. Back up what you are saying with the evidence. Saved money, show the numbers. Client was happy, include their testimonial or email or anything. Finished ahead of schedule, show the data. Make the claim and support it. And if you have any questions at all, reach out to awards@PMI New Zealand. And we will get back to you in no time. So come back to timeline and deadline. The dates to remember, 3 main dates. Nomination closes on 6th of March. Finalists announced on 1st of May. And we will celebrate together on 26th May at the Grand Millennium in Auckland. And it's going to be a great night. So please don't leave it to the last minute. Even this week, just block 30 minutes to decide which project you want to enter. That's all it takes to get started. And I want to finish by saying this. We run these awards because we believe in setting a benchmark for the profession in Aotearoa. When you submit an entry, you're not just putting your hand up for recognition, you are contributing something real. You're showing what good looks like. You are creating an example that others can learn from. That's what these values are about. Aiming higher, being curious, and doing it together. So please don't self-select out. We want the resilient projects, the smart pivots, the teams who showed up for each other, and we genuinely cannot wait to celebrate you in May. So head to our website. Deadline is 6th of March. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Olga. So about the tickets, secure your tickets, special discount available now. And our Super Saver rate is available until 13th of March. So with a 300 discount, so this is ideal for individual registrations. And we also offer group tickets for organizations. This is like, much cheaper. And seats for the awards dinner are limited. So we recommend registering early, maybe like today, tomorrow, day after. Anyway, so please move next slide. And this is final slide. And for updates and tickets information, please visit our website, official website. Also, like we share our update through the PMINZ newsletter. And I think like this is the wrap up. And thank you again. And we hope to see you in May 2026. Do you have any questions? All good? Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
Pradeep, can you take off the PowerPoint slide? Thanks, Pradeep. So some of the questions that I've been some of the questions that have come through to me is, do I have to do a video? The answer is yes, we'd love a video of your project. If you want to submit that, that's great. The reason that we want a video is obviously we want to showcase and we want to share your great success story. If your video is not ready when you're submitting your application for or your nomination for the project, that's fine. Just say it's coming later. So that's okay. You don't need to have that ready now. It also doesn't need to be a massive production, right? You don't need to hire a film company or anything like that. So just you or one of the team talking about your project to camera, that's perfectly fine as well. So that'll only be shown at the awards ceremony if you're the winner. So, as I say, we don't need a great big production if it's going to be a video, that you're worried about. Try not to worry about it. The other thing is we do want a letter, and Olga mentioned this in terms of just proving, the claims that you're making, and that's not just you as project manager or project sponsor. We need it from somebody externally to say, yes, that actually happened, and we can verify all of that. So, again, it's not a big ask, a simple one-page letter, perfectly fine, that they can attach as a PDF. So. And that all goes into the Judgify system, so it's not too difficult to pull all that together. The other thing is, as Taka mentioned, is we do have conference tickets available now, as shown on that slide. But if you can't spare the time away from the office for the 2 days, there are dinner tickets available just for the awards ceremony. So if your team want to come along just for the awards ceremony, as Taka mentioned, they will sell out quite quickly. So our suggestion is to get ahead of the game on that one and secure your dinner only tickets if that's what you want to do. So we're more than happy to have you at that event. So yeah. The other question I did have, we had a likely submission from an organisation, and they didn't want to share some of the information, and they said, we're going to spend a lot of time redacting some of the sensitive data. And we said, look, don't. Yeah, we don't want it to make this too hard on you. We don't want to spend hours and hours trying to do the submission. So again, use your judgment. We don't want you to, go overboard with having to redact lots of things. Just give us what you think is appropriate. We will, the judges will, not me. The judges will come back if they need more data or more information. So we don't need tons of files. If you're a construction project, we don't need all the plans and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, just use your judgment. We don't want you to spend hours redacting things and getting stuff right for us. Is there any other questions from the team today?
Please ask your questions away. And also to add on top of that, what Carol just mentioned, the information you are sharing us is just for evaluation purpose, and it's not going to go public. We will keep it very secured, so you're confident that it's not going to be exposed to the wider public. It's just for evaluation. And again, share as much or as little as you can. We are not requesting for any private information, so it's up to you what to submit, just to provide the evidence of what you've done. So any projects are welcome. We just want to celebrate with you and share it with broader audience during the award ceremony. Again, if you may have any questions later on after our webinar, please get in touch with us and we will respond to any of your queries.
All right. Looks like all good. And yeah, any questions, like please contact us anytime. And thanks for all speakers today, Carol, Silka, and Olga, and also tech support Pradeep. Thank you so much. And also, like everyone, thank you for so much for joining us today. And we hope to see you in May 2026. If you haven't like grabbed the ticket yet, please right now. All right. See you soon. Bye.
Thanks, Taka. Thanks, team.
Excellent. Thanks for the update.
Thank you.